Hello YouTube, well welcome back to the second part of Snuff for Beginners if you're new to Snuff, and this part is going to be predominantly me just suggesting some snuffs that I think would be great for beginners, purely on my own experience. I'm only going to give you suggestions on snuff that I have owned or currently own, and what I think would be great for you if you're a beginner, or if you're new to snuff, or if you're getting back into it and you want something. If you want something, you know, just to get you back into the swing of things. So let's get going. I've laid my snuff out in front of me. I'll give you a quick peek. Ooh, there it is, a few of them. And basically, I've done it in order of like most recommended to least recommended for beginners, perhaps. So we're going to start with a few snuffs that are really, really easy to take. You're not going to get any issues with hitting the back of your throat, not really any issues with any sort of harshness, any sort of drip, you know, anything like that. They're just great, simple snuffs. So the first one, and I've just changed it, just on a whim. The first one I'm going to suggest is Viking Blonde. It'd be lovely if it focused. There we go. And basically, Viking Blonde is a natural tobacco. Natural tobacco sort of flavoured snuff. There's no flavourings. If you like the smell of tobacco, then you'll like this. It's a light brown and it's incredibly fluffy. It's just the best snuff to take. It's just there's nothing to it. It's a fantastic snuff, and I couldn't recommend it enough. It's probably one of my top snuffs. It's just an everyday, keep you going. No worries, no care has to be taken when you're taking it. I think it's a great snuff, so I would definitely recommend that one. Also, just as good to take, Samuel Gawith's Hazelnut. Now that's a great snuff. As you can see here, it's a very similar grind, and it's just as fluffy. But it's obviously that sweet, buttery, nutty hazelnut smell, which is lovely. If you like Ferrero Rocher or hazelnut, you know, nutty flavoured things, this would be brilliant. I would definitely recommend that one. And going on something a bit more interesting, perhaps not more interesting, but a bit different, is 2013, the Christmas blend. This one is something else in terms of smell. There's some sort of bubblegummy pininess in there. It really does smell like Christmas. But yet again, it's that brilliant Sam Gawith fluffy snuff. You'll have no problems taking this and no issues with drip. So those three, if I was new to snuff, I'd go take these three, try them out. And if you don't like them, you know, maybe it's not for you. But then a few more. The Sam Gawith's fruit blends, I would definitely recommend. Banana and cherry there. They are nice and easy to take. I'd get them in tins if you can, like these tins, purely because they'll stay more moist for longer. They'll keep for longer. It's not expensive anyway. You know, you're looking at like £1.50 compared to £2.60, and there's more than double the amount in this one. So go for the tin. It's worth it, trust me. But they're nice fruity ones, smell great, and they all do what they say on the tin. If it says it's cherry, it's going to taste like cherry, it's going to smell like cherry, and it's enjoyable. Okay, another natural snuff that I would recommend, not quite as easy to take as the Viking or the Sam Gawith snuffs. This is Wilson's Sharrow Natural. This snuff is in a jar, but I've just showed you the tin so you know what it looks like. It's a great natural snuff. Hopefully you can see that. It's a bit more fine and slightly less moist than the Samuel Gawith and the Viking, which is the only reason that I've moved it down the recommendation scale a little bit. It's a fantastic snuff. It was my first snuff of the week. And I would definitely recommend trying it if you think you're into natural plain snuffs. So going on to something else now, Sam Gawith's Otter Hound. This one is a very, very strongly scented floral snuff. It's like an incense stick in your nose, without the smokiness. It's that fluffy blend again, so you're laughing when it comes to taking it. No problems at all there. But it is a very strong floral scent, so just bear that one in mind, and only purchase that if you think that's what you're going to like. Moving down the line again, to a similar one again, I'm going to go for the Jasmine. This one is again floral, it's jasmine scented, and it's also, you know, it does what it says on the tin. It just smells like jasmine, and it is ever so slightly harder to take than Samuel Gawith's, but don't let that put you off. If you think you're going to like a jasmine snuff, go for the jasmine, you know, no compromise. Another one along those lines is Aniseed. If you like aniseed balls, you like aniseed sweets, you'll like this snuff. It smells exactly like aniseed, and funnily enough, it's awesome and fluffy. So I'm going to have a bit now. It's absolutely no problem to take. Fantastic. I would definitely recommend that. So I'm going to put all these in the links below, because I know I'm reeling off loads of names, and you know, you won't remember them all. What I'm going to go on to now is something that I would recommend trying. However, I would just say err on the side of caution when you're taking it, because you don't want a nasty experience to put you off for the rest of, you know, your other snuffs, because they're a bit harder to take, or perhaps a bit harsher in the nose. First off, menthol and medicated snuffs. They are worth a try. They're not everybody's favourite, you know, snuff cup of tea, but I like FUBAR Medic. It's a medicated snuff, and it's not super strong. I'll open this one up just so we can have a quick look, but it's an Indian grind snuff, which means it's moist enough, coarse enough for it not to cause any problems, and it will give you a nice, I would call this probably a medium strength menthol or medicated. It's not going to blow your head off, but it's going to give you a bit of a menthol kick, and that's, you know, that's what it's about. That's what it's about when you have a menthol. You want to have some sort of menthol kick in there. So some sort of menthol. Try not to get the strongest one first, because that will probably put you off. And next we're going to go on to the SPs, and I would recommend trying an SP, because there is something a bit different and a bit interesting about them. And Toque SP Extra is the first one that I tried, and I really enjoy it. It's a nice light brown. It's sort of the standard Toque base mixed with the SP, and it is fine. It's a bit harder to take than all the other snuffs I've shown you so far have been medium grind. This one, I'll try and show you here. You can see that it's just a bit finer. You have to be careful when you're taking it, but having said that, it's a fantastic smelling snuff, and it's you know, the SPs have generally got a reasonable nicotine hit, so if that's what you're looking for, try an SP. You probably won't be let down. So having said that, toasts would go on to. Actually, there's another one I'm going to grab out my drawer, because I don't think that one should be left out. The first toast that I would recommend is almond toast, because of the scent. It's a fantastic smelling snuff, especially for a toast. It just smells like marzipan, almond obviously, and if you like that, if you like marzipan, then I'd give this one a go. It is dry and it is fine, so you know, you have to be careful when you take it. So these are, I'm basically getting onto now the potentially avoid at first, but I would give them a go at some point snuffs. Another toast is the Fribourg and Treyer high dry toast. Oh, flipping heck. I'm trying to get it to focus, but you know what cameras are like. Anyway, it says high dry toast, and this one is exactly what it says. It is dry and it will hit the back of your throat. I'll try and get a bit on my finger there. It's just that sort of fine, dry, almost flowery like, dusty. So just bear in mind that this is a great snuff and I love it, but if you're a beginner, just be really careful with it. The same goes to this one, Samuel Gawith's Irish Delight. It's a brilliant snuff, and again it's that light brown, really pale, and I hope you can see that, but that's so dry that you have to be super careful with it. So now I'm getting on to some of the slightly heavier hitters. A good snuff, this one, it's NTSU Black tub. That's how you know this is NTSU Black, funnily enough. Now this is one of the coarsest snuffs that I own. Hopefully you can see that, there we go. And it has a vastly higher nicotine content than the other snuffs I have. It tends to come with a really strong ammonia scent, and to back that up, it's got like a barnyard sort of farm smell. So unless you're looking for a huge nicotine hit, I'd probably just avoid this one for now, unless you think, right, I want something that's really going to knock my socks off. Same story with Dholakia Black. It's much finer. I'm not going to get this one out to show you, but I'll just show you the tin. It's a lot finer than the NTSU. However, it's got that nicotine hit, and it will hit you and it will kick your socks off if you're not ready for it. So bear that in mind. And the top of my list of snuffs to potentially avoid or be very careful with is FUBAR's Doolali Tap. Now I know FUBAR have another snuff out called Bohica, but I haven't tried that one yet. This one is a chili / curry flavoured snuff, and why you would want to take this regularly, I do not know. I've had this a few times, and every time I say, oh, I'm not having that again, and every time I have it again, eventually, after I've forgotten about how bad it was the first time. So FUBAR Doolali snuff and any other chili snuffs, if you really want to challenge yourself, try it, but potentially avoid. So that is my 13-minute talk about what snuffs to get. I'll put a list below of all those snuffs, just to make it a bit easier for you to have a look through, and then it'll be a reference point if you do ever want to make an order. So I would say look for medium grind, medium moisture, fluffy, Samuel Gawith, always fluffy, snuff that is just going to be easy to take for your first one, because you don't want something that's going to put you off straight away, because that's not the point. The point is to enjoy it, and you won't enjoy it if you know you're constantly sneezing, your nose is running, and you're coughing up snuff. So if you've got any questions, put them in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope it's been some sort of help. And sorry that it's been so long, I just couldn't squeeze it into any shorter time. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.